Welcome in. We're going to be doing some. Oh God, my hair. Good morning, Nietzsche. Good morning. Good morning, Terry, otherwise known as By Now Shop 59. Bright Light, Topiary. Good morning, Skip Bank. What's up? Baseball Card Store. Good morning, baseballcardstore.ca. I think you need a jingle. I need to make up a jingle for you. Baseballcardstore.ca. No, that's too much like a jingle for a payday loan company. Good morning. Miss Chris, this and that. Good morning. Okay, I have to figure out. Oh, right. I have it in power saving. How do I make it stop? Oh, well, we're just going to have to deal with it. Good morning. So here we go. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm going to start with this strike information and then we'll talk regular whatnot stuff because I know some of you are not that interested in the strike and some of you are. The good news is there's no strike yet. No Canada Post strike yet. So this is a Canadian thing. And I do have a poll up there that's just basically to remind you to read the show notes. Um, and if you don't want to read the show notes, then you're just going to have to listen to me blather on. But anyways, let's get going. Welcome in, everybody. Little Squirrel, good morning. Oh God, man, forget it. I don't know. I give up on my hair. Hi, Storage Share Alex. How are you? Okay, so no strike yet. This is going to be very low tech today because I just don't feel like zooming in. So no strike yet. The union is still technically it is in a legal strike position. So they're currently using work to rule rather than a walkout. That could change at any moment. Okay, so that's why we're going to talk about this so you can prepare. It's Saturday, so a lot of people who can't come in during the week are going to be coming in and asking this question. So I'm probably going to have to answer this stuff again a second or third time, but we'll see. Okay, how did we get here? So if you want to take a screenshot of this, hang on, let me zoom in. If you want to take a screenshot of this, good morning, Donna. Feel free to take a screenshot. We are at the last update is the union is refusing overtime. It started on the 23rd. So that's where we are right now. So today's situation is that they are doing work to rule. No overtime is allowed. However, I think I'm gonna I can't believe I put a spelling mistake in my own poll. Lovely. So there's no overtime allowed. Well, I mean, technically, legally, a worker could say yes to overtime, but they are being asked to say no to overtime. And so that means that there will be a slowdown, but that could change at any moment. So the union is in a legal strike position and they can continue to do different work to rule things. This is the first of many, probably. If they're going to go with the work to rule campaign, then they'll do no overtime and then they'll do something else and then they'll do something else. So I'm sure they've got a lot of fun for them. I don't know. They have a lot in their back pocket that they can pull out at any time. They could also start doing rolling strikes regionally across the country. That is another option. The other option is they legally can go to a full strike. The government, if they go to a full national strike, the government could then bring in back to work legislation. Please remember, last night we went out for dinner and the table behind me was a bunch of people who think PP is great. And they were saying, well, it's a minority government, so we could overthrow them at any time. Are you forking kidding? It's like the strongest minority government that Canada's probably ever seen. There is no way you're going to be able, like, I don't know why they're delusional about that, but anyways, the government has enough votes that it can bring in back to work legislation pretty fast. All they need is like 3 or 2 extra votes. They just need a majority. Canada Post could also lock out workers at any time, because there's been a strike notice. Canada Post could turn around and say, "Well, we don't have a contract now. You said you're in a strike position. We're just going to lock you out." They could actually do that at any time. Should they? Absolutely not. That would be really bad for our economy in Canada if they did that, but legally they could. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Strawberry Bell. Okay, so if rotating strikes happen, that's the ideal like strike situation. If rotating strikes happen, regions will be on strike. but not the whole country. So we'll still be able to ship by Canada Post, but there will be some shipping delays. So if they like shut down Ontario for 2 or 3 days, obviously in Ontario, we won't be able to drop off our packages until that 2 or 3 day rotating strike is over. And then they move to Alberta or something. So it won't shut down the entire country, and it won't stop your ability to generate labels on Whatnot, because Whatnot will know it's okay that you had a delay in dropping off your packages because in your area they were on a rotating strike. Like they are paying attention to all of this. Please note the Whatnot team is paying attention to Canada. So right now, what I need you to do is keep calm, plan ahead, and I'm going to give you suggestions on what you could do for your planning. Hey, sassy vintage chick, I'm wonderful. I love talking about strike so much. So keep calm, plan ahead, keep selling, adapt and adjust. Look, I even managed to add the Whatnot logo, the new Whatnot logo that I'm still trying to get used to. And a Canadian selling sneakers. Okay, so also to note, please note, Whatnot has extended the reduced commission that they gave to us back when we converted to Canadian dollar selling. Our commission is only 4% instead of 8% if you're a Canadian based seller. That is now being extended to September 7th. So thank you, Whatnot, for doing that. Good morning, Melody. A big thank you to Whatnot. So, like, if you're wondering, storage share, I don't think they're going to make that permanent, but it is certainly pretty awesome of them to do, because that's half of their revenue, right? They're taking out half of their revenue for us. So it's pretty, yes. Thank you to Whatnot. So let's talk about let's go back to here for a second. Keep calm, plan ahead, keep selling, adapt and adjust. Now we're going to talk about what to do, if what to plan for now in case there is a full national strike, because I hate to tell you this, sorry, but it is highly likely that there is not going to be an agreement between these two parties, and that we are going to end up in a full national strike. Like, they're so far apart, and the union right now is not backing down. And Canada Post isn't backing down, because they're thinking about the bottom line. If they don't make changes, if they then yes, I still recommend chit chats. Absolutely. Okay. Oops. I stopped using the PowerPoint and now it's gone. Dang it. There we go. Okay. All right. Switcheroo again. So, okay. Keep calm, plan ahead, and keep selling, adapt and adjust. So here's my recommendation. And in any in any chat show that you go to, take what you like and leave the rest. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this. Actually, no, Ivor hasn't come into the room yet, so I want to leave that poll up just for him. So switch to chit chats if you can. You can learn more at help.whatnot.com, and then just search in the search bar for chit chats. Thank you, Alex. I had to keep that joke going for a while. We may keep that joke going for like months, I think. Just, it's too funny. So there are no locations currently. Oh my gosh, welcome in everybody. Mama Z, what's up? What's up? Thank you so much. I'm going to moderate you so that you can make your announcements and tell us all about your shows and what you're up to. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome to Canada, eh? How's it going, eh? There you go. We're oot and a boot. Does that make you feel better? I'm trying to do some of things for Americans so they feel like they're in Canada right now. Good morning. I love Mama Z so much. I love you. Good morning. Good morning, Sabaloo. I love you. Thank you so much for the raid, Mama Z. So feel free to, like, you're a moderator now. There you go. She sells plants live from the plant nursery tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Mama Z is amazing. If you're not following Mama Z, you really need to. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. This is my morning chat show where we work along. So I talk about things going on in Whatnot. I'm a Canadian seller, and so I do a community chat every Monday night. So please come next Monday night. I'm having I'm having a Whatnot sponsored show, so I've got Whatnot swag to give away. It's going to be the last Whatnot swag show for a bit. So bookmark that show, not necessarily so you can come in and listen to me talk, but I've got Whatnot swag. See those, that band, that pendant back there? There's going to be 3 of those given away. So half Canadian. Okay. Hello. Good morning, everyone. So I'm just updating folks on, in case you don't know, in Canada, we have been dealing with off and on the threat of a postal strike. And back in November, December, we actually had a full national postal strike. And Whatnot was really awesome in helping us by giving us bring your own label temporarily. And we are now again in a strike position. So the union is currently um, in doing work to rule. So they're refusing overtime hours right now to try and pressure for negotiations. But negotiations have been going on for like over 3 years and nothing has been resolved. So we just like USPS is like hemorrhaging money every year, so is Canada. Just like not as much as USPS because we're smaller. But yeah, so Canada Post is hemorrhaging money and they got to figure out something to do. So, and this and the contract negotiations between the union wants to keep stuff. Um, it's not a rotating strike, Pac-Man girl. It is not a rotating strike. It is a work to rule. There's no rotating strikes happening right now. So it is called, it's work to rule. They're refusing overtime. Rotating strikes are when they shut down certain distribution centers or certain areas of the country for days. And those areas, like those Canada Post locations, will not be accepting packages and nothing will move between those locations. But right now, we're okay. So feel free to share your shows and ask Whatnot questions. And if you are a shopper and you're shopping for something in particular, you got lots of sellers in the room right now. So tell us what you're searching for. And everyone who's a seller in this room is free to answer back and say, I've got stuff, follow me. That is totally permissible right now. Okay. Um, Yeah, Substance 613. Well, they don't go on strike once a year. This is a contract that was expired in 2023 and they worked with that contract for over a year um before they went on strike and the negotiations had completely broken down. So it's and they aren't on strike now. They're in a strike position, but they are not striking right now. They are doing a work to rule. Ivers, get in on the poll. Get in on the poll. There's a poll. Make sure you read the poll. Okay, so if you're a Canadian, so I apologize to the Americans. We're going to be doing some, hey, mixed sales. You're from MN. Is that Montana or Minnesota? I swear to God. Everyone teaches me and then I still forget. Minnesota. Okay, thank you. I'm like, is it MT for Montana? Fork. Never mind. Don't. Oh my God. Thank you, Mama Z. I love you. Thank you for the tip. Everyone, follow Mama Z. I love you. Okay, so I apologize to the Americans. Um, we're going to be talking about the Canada Post strike for a bit and how to keep selling as a Canadian on Whatnot. So feel free to go somewhere else. But you can stay if you want to learn. If you want to learn, feel free to stay. You're on no obligation, but sometimes I'm amusing while I'm talking about things that you may not be interested in. Okay. Yes, you made the polls finally, Ivor. I don't know if you're winning the poll though. Are you winning? You are not winning. It is still you're only 26%. So sorry, you haven't been elected yet. If everyone wants to vote for Ivor, in yesterday's show, he said that I thought he was looking for this particular denim jacket, but it turns out he actually has 3 of them already. And that's what he was trying to say, is that I have the jacket, but I cannot take your call right now, whoever you are. So yeah. Okay, so switch to chit chats if you can. Another Sassy Pants, we're in a strike position, which they're not striking yet. That's the good news. I know I have a call. I'm not answering it. Whoever it is can leave a voicemail. So far so good. Okay, so to prepare, so here's what I'm going to say it again. Keep calm and plan ahead. Keep selling, adapt and adjust. If you plan ahead, you're going to be okay. Last time around, there was a whole bunch of us who kept selling on Whatnot, and we survived. We did well. We kept building and we survived. Plus, Whatnot has extended the reduced commission for Canadian sellers. It's going to stay at 4% instead of 8% until September 7th to help us out with this stupid strike. So, here are my recommendations. And again, in any chat show that you go to, take what you like and leave the rest. So, if you can, as a Canadian seller, switch to Chit Chats if you can. Learn more at help.whatnot.com, search for Chit Chats, and get all the details. I don't just switch to Chit Chats without reading the FAQ for Chit Chats, okay? Like, make sure you know all the information. I'm going to go over some of the details, but there's a ton, and I'm not going to bore everybody with all the details. It's your job as a business owner to do your own research, so do your own research. So, there are no locations in Saskatoon, Manitoba, Newfoundland, and the territories. Did I say Newfoundland with it? I did. Every time I say Newfoundland, I do it with slight accent, don't I? Use Campard to ship to Chit Chats. If you are not close to a Chit Chats location, that is an option, and I will talk about in a second. Good news is that Louise from Whatnot gave a hint that that we are about to have Pure Later partnership coming soon with Chit Chats. That's going to be exciting. Okay. So I'm just going to go quickly through this. You're all big kids, and if you want to find out if there's a location near you, the best thing you can do is go to help.whatnot.com, read the information, follow the link to find all the Chit Chats locations. But in British Columbia, they are only around the greater Vancouver area. In Alberta, they're only in Edmonton and Calgary. In Ontario, they're pretty much they're surrounding the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area. There's one in Peterborough, there's one in London, there's one in Niagara, there's one in Ottawa. It's partially owned by Canada Post, but it actually makes money. So that's why they slightly sold it off. It's like a second, and they're all over the world, actually. My in-laws used Pure Later in the UK all the time. So in Quebec, the only locations in Quebec are in the Montreal area. So that's it. C'est ça. Je suis très désolée. In New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI, they do have maritime bus company drop-off locations, but you do need to pay a fee. You consolidate your boxes, and I'll talk about that in 1 second. You'll consolidate your boxes into a bigger box, and then you'll drop them off at a maritime bus company location, and they will ship them to the Halifax area, to Bedford Bay, where Chit Chats has a depot. That's their like hub. So if you don't live close to a Chit Chats location, you can use Chit Chats Campar discount or your own courier. You can, or in the case of in Maritimes, if you're dropping off at a bus depot, you consolidate your packages into a big box and buy a label and have the courier deliver to Chit Chats hub or branch, depending on where it is. Hello, David. So you need to research that on your own. Just some other info about Chit Chats. Currently within Canada, if you use Chit Chats and you're selling and you're creating a label with Chit Chats, hey, yes, the random American question is Chit Chats is like, I don't know if there's an equivalent, but it's a third party shipping system, shipping company, and what they do for it was designed for making it cheaper for cross-border shipping. So what they do is that they take all of the packages destined for the US, and they take them all to one hub, and they put them in big tractor trailers. So there's like tractor trailers full, and then they drive across, and they have some sort of arrangement with your border services agency to make it faster and easier for those trucks to just come across. And they're utilizing the de minimis exemption is basically what they're doing. So they use the de minimis exemption. So basically, if you buy from a Canadian, if you're an American and you buy from a Canadian, your shipment will go to a Chit Chats location, and then it will go across the border and be handed off to USPS. So USPS will drop it off, and it will have a USPS label on it to begin with. So it's kind of cool. So it'll say on the tracking, it'll say that it's like hasn't been accepted, like that the label's been created, but it hasn't been accepted yet because it literally has to go to Chit Chats and then go across the border. But it's much cheaper because I mean, I think that's maybe the reason why USPS is losing billions is because like they're super cheap. They're super cheap. But if they raise their prices, y'all would probably, do some sort of insurrection or something. I don't know. I don't know what would happen, but um if when we raise the prices here, just everyone gets mad for a bit and then we just deal with it. Okay, so again, if you are selling right now using Chit Chats, if you're selling right now using Chit Chats, some addresses are going to auto select to a Canada Post label. And I know some of you are worried because what if there's a strike like on Monday and I drop off at a Chit Chats location today and the strike is on Monday, is my package going to get stuck? So fear not. If a strike happens, Chit Chats is going to redirect those packages that aren't already in the hands of Canada Post. They'll give them to their other final mile couriers. Okay, so don't worry, and they're already doing that. So like Terry bought something, and it automatically switched. Like Chit Chats automatically switched it from Canada Post last week. So they're quite aware and they are making sure that packages still arrive. So make sure that you know what items are prohibited before you start selling using Chit Chats. And cross-border shipments cannot have certain items, and the value of the package must be below $800. And there's one other thing which I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so if it's crossing the border. So here I'm not gonna zoom in on this. I'm just gonna say really quickly, medical devices, anything that goes in your mouth that you can eat or brush your teeth or any of that, no dietary supplements, nothing that goes in your mouth and you swallow, no chemicals or hazardous materials, no human remains, no animals, no plant material, etc. There's a big list. Again, you'll find that all at chitchats.com. And the really important thing is that due to the tariffs, the tariffs coming out of the White House, made in China or Hong Kong items cannot be shipped to the United States using Chit Chats. So if you switch to Chit Chats and most of your items are made, like if you're like a toy seller and most of your items are made in China, then you're going to have to just take the risk with Canada Post, because if a US buyer buys from you, you have to ship it and you won't be able to ship it using you won't be able to ship it using Chit Chats. Okay, because they use that they utilize the de minimis exemption, which is that $800 or less in value. Look how happy they are holding that up. If a box is worth $800 or less, hi Louise, how are you? Then it's fine. So the de minimis exemption is for every other country in the world. Okay, so if something is made in any other country than China or Hong Kong, Chit Chats can deliver it no problem because the de minimis exemption of $800 or less applies. However, there is currently no de minimis exemption for made in China products. So now I'm getting into the tariffs. I hate talking about tariffs. And so right now, yes, in the news you heard that the tariffs on Chinese goods was reduced, but it was only reduced, and it's in my show notes. You can read the whole freaking thing. But there's the de minimis exemption, that $800 exemption where a box can come through without any taxes, duties, or tariffs. It 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 does not apply to China and Hong Kong, and there is a minimum of $100. So you buy something from somebody on Whatnot in Canada that's worth like $15 and you think, no big deal, I'm going to pay like 34%. I can handle that because I got a really great deal on this thing that's worth like $50 and I'm only paying 15. Yeah, but then you're going to get $100 bill because it's $100 or 34%, whichever is more, not whichever is less, whichever is more. And starting June 1st, they may change their mind because, the White House changes its mind a lot, or at least the Oval Office. the person sitting at the Resolute desk inside the Oval Office changes his mind a lot. So it could be that June 1st, he doesn't do $200 minimum, which is what is currently on the table in that one of those, Sharpie pen, using the Sharpie pen to sign things. I mean, I've never seen a president sign with a Sharpie, but whatever. Ivor says they'll be hard pressed to buy a made in China vintage t-shirt, literally all US made or they were trash. Yes. And then, also in my show notes, there's a warning about tariffs and clothing made in the United States. So vintage t-shirts that you buy that are made in US, because they're the only ones that are good or all the rest are trash, as Ivor says. Those have a tariff of 25% coming into Canada. So you will pay a tariff on them no matter what their value. Yep. So just be careful with that. If you're buying from the States and you're buying clothing, especially vintage clothing, anything that's made in the USA, and on top of it, folks, on top of it, the whatnot packing slip and the declaration form, the customs declaration form that prints out, says made in USA on everything, no matter what. So even if you do not, yes, 25% tariff plus duties and taxes. So even if you sell something Chinese via, technically, if you sell something Chinese, will generate a US, okay, perfect. So Whatnot Louise says, so technically right now, if you are using Chit Chats, but you sell something made in China, that's in the box, send a support message to support, and they will give you a Canada Post tracked packet US label for you instead. Is it going to cost an adjustment if it's more money? I assume so. I assume it should. Sorry, everyone. Okay, I'm making suggestion. Not if it goes through support. Okay, shh. That's y'all are losing money. Y'all are just giving it away. Just giving it away. You have some free adjustments, and you have some free adjustments. Romeo's downstairs. He's downstairs playing with Daddy because Daddy's home. Okay, so here's my suggestion to you. Market locally with local pickup. So a lot of us don't do this. In fact, I need to do this. I suck at this. I need to do this more. I have business cards that have my Whatnot referral code on them, and I have a follow me on Whatnot, all that kind of stuff. But I don't do as much as I should. I need to be marketing more, like Peterborough County. Do you love estate sales stuff? Do you love storage unit finds? Do you love auction finds? Come join me, and you can do free pickup. Doing that kind of stuff on social media and advertising that you offer free pickup. I'd like to thank whoever helped me get updates after bringing it up here. It was 6 months in support, no updates. There you go. Thank you, Louise. It's probably. Thank you. And thank you to Kenny for helping with some other issue that I had. Thank you. I love you. You shouldn't be working right now. You all shouldn't be working. You guys work too many hours. Okay. Market locally with local pickup. So encourage people that you know to buy from you on Whatnot and use your local pickup. If you don't have it set it up now. You can set it up in your show. So let me just show you. Let me show you I'll set up a show. I'm going to schedule a show. So I'm going to schedule a show. Okay, let's do it together. So when you're scheduling a show, if you haven't done local pickup yet, when you go down here, hang on. Oh, wait, there it is, shipping settings. See right there, shipping settings? You go to see more options, and then I'm going to end this poll now that Ivor is here. End poll, and the winner is, did it show the winner? Yes, it showed the winner. Okay. So right here, shipping settings. See this? Free pickup. Allow buyers to pick up any order from an address. So you click on that, and then you hit enable free pickup, and then you can put the address in. And then that's what's going to be visible within shows when free pickup is enabled. And then you can put the instructions of where to meet. So now you know where to meet me. And and then you just hit save, and then it will be there. Okay. And then this is also in a show. In when you're setting up your show, you can also switch from Canada Post to Chit Chats right here. Okay. So there you go. All right. So that's how you do it. And where are we? There we are. And then if you go to our Discord, and the link is, this is an unofficial Whatnot Canada Discord. If you go to our Discord, I do have some templates up that you can use, where you just plop your logo in. Mine's a little bit off kilter there. And also plop in, that's not the right QR code, but it was just an example. So you can use that. So I highly recommend that that you put that you turn on local pickup and you start to advertise that. Okay, start marketing that like crazy. You'll be amazed at the people who will be willing to meet up with you and will probably buy even more if they can do local pickup, because they're saving so much on shipping, right? All that money that they save on shipping, they can spend in your show. So during a postal strike, if a postal strike does happen, keep selling, research your options, fear not. Even if you can't use Chit Chats, Whatnot will activate the bring your own label system temporarily. Why are you barking? Unnecessary. So bring your own label. Bring your own label will work with FedEx and UPS, and I will give you some things of you to consider. We're not going to go step by step through it because it isn't activated yet. You can't use it yet. Don't ask me why you can't use it, because you can't use it because there's no strike yet. When there's a national strike, it will get turned on. So just note that you are going to have to, well, for fork's sakes, you're going to have to wait, whoever you are. If you are buying labels, I don't know where my keys are. Your friend is here to use the thing. I told Jesus, Mother Mary and Joseph. Okay. Hang on. I told him during the week. Stay there. Did you find him? Yeah. Okay. Nah, sorry. We have a bin and the auction people. Romeo. And welcome to Dog Bark. Come here. I need you. Daddy's, come here now. Okay, hang on. Mute. Where's the mute button? Okay. Oops. How did I zoom out like that? Zoom in. There we go. That's too much. Hang on. Dang it. Now I can't zoom back. Oh, for fork's sakes. Welcome to my first show. Okay, that's better. Sorry, everyone. Switch. I know, buddy. I know. Oh, good. Don't worry. You have backup in Texas. Probably Sassy's dog has a gun because it's Texas, so we're well protected. Thank you, Sassy. Okay, come here for a second. Come here. Oh, so, say hi to everyone. Say hi to everyone nicely. Can you give a paw? Can you give a paw? Can I have, oh, thank you. Okay, everyone's getting a paw. Okay, all right, settle. It's very exciting. We don't get a lot of people coming to the door. And I did say to him, Scotty, I know you're not listening because you're outside right now, but Scotty, I did say, nope, you stay here. Nope. Settle. Nope. It's fine. Just settle. Okay. Anyways, start casting. I don't want to cast. Okay. Let's go back to this, shall we? Welcome to having a dog. Consider, okay, so I need you to save some money because you're going to have to buy labels. And consider adding a little bit onto your start bids. I'm going to skip this part. I'm going to skip this part. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to start researching. Again, y'all are big grown-ups. You can stay right there. Thank you. Y'all are big grown-ups. So check out Chit Chat, see if it's something you can use. Remember that you can use a courier company like Campar. And I know out in Vancouver Island, there are sellers who are doing that. They already are using a courier company to courier their packages to your Chit Chats. You can also look into other companies. So just go to Google and Google, let's see, you just Google shipping and put in the town that's closest to you. And you'll find all kinds of companies. Last time around, stop doing that. Last time around, freightcom.com was the best for most people. So that would be my recommendation. Also, no, down. Whatnot will need to stop international buying by Canadians. Research mail forwarding companies so you can still buy from US Whatnot shows. Because if there is a national strike, USPS won't be able to deliver into Canada. And so that your mail's just going to get stuck. And they don't want to have to do a bunch of refunds like they did last time. So research your mail forwarding companies so you can still buy from US Whatnot shows. And if you use a post office box, an actual Canada Post post office box, none of these alternative companies are going to be able to deliver to you. So find an alternative address that you can use for ordering on Whatnot so you can still get your packages and no delay, because the seller doesn't have to message you and say, hey, you have a post office box, but I can't ship to you right now. Can you give me an address? So figure out an address now. So my final thoughts are: schedule your show, market your shows, share your shows like crazy. It's your job to market your company. Okay. Whatnot gives you a platform to sell. It is a tool for you to sell. It's a tool, this is not a full service organization. They are providing you with an amazing tool to use. So make sure that you are marketing yourself. You need to get people into your shows. Whatnot isn't going to get them in there for you, no matter what, strike or no strike. And sign up with a few shipping companies and start comparing rates with your most common packages so that you know how much it's going to cost you extra to ship if you have to use bring your own label. But again, if you can switch to Chit Chats, do. All right. And then the final word is thank you so much to Whatnot Support. We love you. We appreciate you. And it's great. I think it's awesome that they're reducing vintage in bloom. Vintage in bloom? What's that mean? So thank you so much. Whatnot just announced a vintage in bloom, like an event. Ooh, okay. I'm going to look. Most of my Whatnot messages end up in spam. So or they think they're unimportant. Thank you for the tip. Join the Destined Rivals release party. Okay. No, that's all right. Oh, and look at that. Look, Louise, look how awesome you are. Stop it, son of a nutcracker. Okay, but they weren't returning to work. There was no recent strike action, but you know what? That's all right. We won't get picky. I didn't get it. Can you forward it? Shut up. Vintage decor May 30th and 31st. Clearly, I wasn't considered good enough. Can you send me the info, Melody, if you don't mind, and then I'll put it in the next show. Thank you. I love you. Okay. Share your shows, ask your questions. We're finished talking about the strike unless you have questions about said strike. And then considering that Romeo is losing his nut, we'll raid into somebody. I will work along another day. I'll work along by going over and setting up my live auction, because why did I say yes to that? Why did I say yes? I feel like, Donna, might need you to be security. I'll tell you all about it later. Okay. All right. last questions and share your shows. I saw that there was a newer seller on. Shut up. Come here now. Mm, don't make me come over there. Now. Mom voice. He's a border collie. He only responds to mom voice. That's good boy. You sit. Yes. Good dog. All right. Now you can all listen to my dog breathing heavy. Sorry. He's all very excited. Okay, there is a newer seller on Abundance Creator. We're gonna go into her. She's doing journals and bundles and more. Let's just see if she's active though. Not you stay put. Yeah, she's talking. So let's go in. All right. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a really great day. We're gonna go. Let's go bless this. Oops, I didn't type that right. Raid at. Okay, we can listen to my husband talking about me right now. All right, we're going to go into Abundance Creator. Let's bless a new seller, a new Canadian seller who's doing journals and bundles and more. And I love you guys. And I will see you on, it's Saturday, so tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow morning because it's Thrift to Gift tomorrow morning. Bye, piggies. Bye, everyone. Love you. Have a great day. Let's